What's going on, guys? It's your boy Lake World, and today we got a little story about popping Zans in the back of a cop car. If you like the video, please leave a like. It really helps the channel out. Subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you know when I post a video. Before we get into it, I don't recommend doing anything talked about in this video. I was an idiot. This is for educational purposes only, YouTube, so don't delete my video. Well, let's give a little backstory. So I was about 19 at the time, and I lived with my dad, about 30 minutes away from where I grew up, where all my friends lived. And all I ever wanted to do when I was 19 was get fucked up and hang out with my friends. But I lived 30 minutes away and I didn't have a car. And my friends always, they didn't always want to come get me. Drive 30 minutes to pick me up and then 30 minutes to drop me back off. Or, drive out there just to hang out at my house and then drive home. You know what I mean? They didn't always want to do that. But on this day, I had $20 and I wanted to get fucked up. Not just like $20 worth of weed, like I was trying to get some pills or something. And I hit up my buddy Chris, who I mentioned in previous videos, and he just happened to have some bars. So, I'm like, bet, dude, I got $20. Let me get some bars. We can hang out. So he comes and picks me up. I buy, 4 bars off of him for $20, 5 a pop. I think they were like the yellows and greens. We were getting a lot of mixtures of yellow and green bars at the time. But it doesn't matter. I got 4 of these bad boys. I'm hanging out with my best boy. We go pick up our friend Colby. We're all chilling. We're smoking, having a good time. It's starting to get late, so Chris decides he's going to bring me back home. I'm fucked up. I'm off 4 milligrams, 2 bars. I'm feeling great. But we're on our way back to my house, and we turn onto this little side road, and it's just straight ice. Like, there was a river next to the road, and it looked like the river flooded and then froze. Like, this whole road was just an ice rink. And for some reason, Chris thought, we'll just drive through it. I don't know why we didn't just take a different way. Avoided this whole story, but, we were all barred out, so. So anyways, we go through this fucking ice patch, and we get stuck. And then I didn't have any money to call a tow truck. I just spent my only $20 on Xanax. My buddy Chris probably only had $20 that I gave him for Xanax, and he was probably using that for gas to cover, picking me up and dropping me off and all that. Our buddy Colby, on the other hand, he sold weed. This guy's in prison now. If you guys know who Colby is, it's not a real name, obviously, but if you know, you know. He sold weed, so he had the money. He could have called a tow truck, but he was just cheap. He didn't want to call a tow truck. So we got this bright idea, we'll eat all the drugs. We'll get rid of anything illegal we have, throw it in the woods or whatever. And we'll just call the cops to come tow us out, They won't charge us. So that's exactly what we did. And I remember standing there with these 2 bars in my hand outside. We're all outside standing there in the fucking ice. And Chris is like, yo, the cops are on their way, dude. Like, you got to eat those. And I'm just like, yeah, all right. These are my only 2 bars, bro. I just spent my only $20 to get fucked up, and I'm not going to eat all 4 of these in one night. I'm trying to make these 2 bars last a couple days. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. Well, anyways, the cops show up, and I still have these 2 bars in my hand. And these cops are fucking dickheads. Like, these guys are assholes. They're, like, if you see 3 young kids stuck, most people will be like, yeah, let's try to help these guys out. Not these fucking cops. These guys were assholes. These guys were trying to bust us on anything they could. They ended up searching us, and they didn't find the 2 bars. I had them in my hand while I was getting searched. So they ended up searching all 3 of us. Didn't find anything, They probably searched the car. I don't remember. I was fucked up. They were questioning us, asking us where we were going, why we were out this late, what we were up to. Are we on any drugs? Obviously we're saying no and da-da-da. They're dropping me off. We're telling them the rundown. Well, this cop decides to throw us, all 3 of us, in the back of the car just to kind of get us out of the cold, get our names and stuff, make sure everything's good so we can go on about our way. Get a tow truck, whatever. So we're in the back of the cop car, and I still got these 2 bars in my hand. And the cop's, like, outside the car, like, talking to the other cop or whatever. And I'm like, I pull these 2 bars. out, and I'm like, yo, like, will you guys help me eat these? And Chris is like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, eat those already. You were supposed to bin eat those. Like, bro, what the hell? So I popped them bitches in the back of the cop car, bro. At this point, I'm 8 milligrams deep, and man, the last thing I remember of this night was the cop getting back in the car and like searching our names on the computer. And I remember he did my two buddies' names and they were good. And then he searched my name and like there was like something was highlighted in red, and I just remember seeing the color red on the screen. I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm probably in trouble, huh? And sure enough, I had a fucking warrant, probably some petty warrant for like missing probation or a traffic ticket. I didn't go to the court date or what. It was something petty, but I had a warrant nonetheless. So I don't remember the car ride to jail. I don't remember the intake process. I don't even remember being in the holding cell. All I remember is waking up the next day and just being confused. Like I'm still at my buddy's house and I'm like, yo, I thought you guys took me home last night. Like I'm genuinely confused. Like what the fuck happened last night? And if you guys ever had like a Xanax hangover, you kind of know like everything's kind of foggy in the morning. You don't know where all your cigarettes went. You don't know where all your money went. You don't know where all your Xanax went. Like you're like tripping. You're like, holy fuck, where did everything go? Like did I fucking spend all my money and eat all my Xans? I don't remember. But the memories slowly start to come back. Once you start waking up. But I asked my buddy Colby, I'm like, bro, what the fuck happened last night? Like I thought you guys took me home. And he's like, nah, dude, I had to bond you out of jail. Like you owe me $500. And I still haven't paid Colby back to this day. My man's in jail. He's in prison. I still talk to him. I still be messaging him on his little app and shit. But yeah, anyways, I thought you guys might get a kick out of that. Don't do Xans. It makes you fucking stupid. And definitely don't do 8 milligrams because I was probably still fucked up the next day. But if you guys like this little story, leave a like on the video. Comment. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future. I got a few different strains coming in. We're going to do some reviews in the next week or so. Stay tuned for those. And yeah, I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.